The same thing, the boy, he says, bring everybody, put me tie me on the tree and take one of my arrow, and say, Bismillahi Rabbil Ghunam. Say this word, by the Lord, Bismillah, which is by the name of Allah, Bismillah, the Lord of the boy. If you do this, you are going to kill me. Or you die as a tyranner. Now, but the boy, look at the king. He kills the sheikh immediately. I don't want to deal with him. And the other thing, he's not a public figure. The ulama, they say this word. He's not a public figure. If I kill the boy immediately like this, it's going to be a problem. What he did, he took him with the soldiers and he said, take him to a mountain. And when you go to the mountain, ask him to renounce what his beliefs. Subhanallah, this is a war against Aqidah. That's what Allah says. وَمَا نَقَمُوا مِنْهُمْ إِلَّا أَنْ يُؤْمِنُوا. Allah says this. The only way why they actually have atrocity against them, because they believe in Allah. They believe in Allah. That's all what they have. Why you are going against somebody if you say this is a freedom, this is somebody who believes. Leave him alone. So he says, take him to the mountain and ask him to renounce his faith. He refused, throw him from the mountain. The boy went to there, and this is the da'wah sometimes. What did he say? One word. When the soldiers took him over there, he says, Allahumma kfinihim bima shi'. Oh Allah, suffice me from them whatever you want. And this dua, the ulama, they say, remember it, memorize it. Say it when you are at the time of trials and tribulation, like the boy. Well, sometimes we don't happen. Wallahi, to be honest with you, I don't want to talk about, I used to do it. There is everyone against you like this, in the worst places. I don't have time to tell you. Allahumma kfinihim bima shi'. Wallahi, I'm smiling when I get the places. Wallahi, just Allahumma kfinihim bima shi'. When you see somebody that beyond your power, that he's going to destroy you, whatever, just say this word. Ya Allah, take care of him the way you want. That's it. That's what happened. The mountain shook quick. Earthquake to the mountain, all of them fell, and Allah kept the boy standing, nothing happened, and he's walking back to the king. He says, what happened to your companion? He says, Allah suffice me them. He asked another soldiers, take him in a qarqur. Qarqur is a small boat, take him to the middle of the ocean as far as you can, and ask him to renounce his deen. See the tabat, wallahi, and when I say this and I'm smiling, this boy, how he teaches humanity, how to be steadfast. By one word. He went, they took him to the ocean. Imagine we if something happened to us, nothing, small thing, we renounce, oh no, I'm not. Anyway, they took him to the ocean, they asked him, renounce your deen, say the king is your Lord. He says no. And he says, Allahumma, when they're about to throw him onto the water, he says, Allahumma kfinihim bima shi'ta. Oh Allah, suffice me from them with whatever you want. Allah, He knows. As-Sami'ul Basir. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He's hearing, all seeing. But you have to have iman. The problem is not Allah is not answering you. The problem is us, we don't have this steadfastness, this assurity, this strength, and this yaqeen, conviction that Allah is with me. I don't care. He's with me. Now the boy is walking back, the other one's gone, they swallowed, they fall in the water. He says, oh king, you are not going to kill me. And this is the end of the story, I know. You're not going to kill me. Now with your way, you have to kill me with my way. And the ulama, they say, look at this intelligent. He wants something. He says, to gather me on a gathering and bring everybody. You know Musa alayhi salam, when he says, gather all the people and the magician and gather the people yawma duha, and the time of the duha time, which is the sun, and I will compete with the magician. The same thing, the boy, he says, bring everybody, put me tie me on the tree and take one of my arrow, and say, Bismillahi Rabbil Ghunam. Say this word, by the Lord, Bismillah, which is by the name of Allah, Bismillah, the Lord of the boy. If you do this, you are going to kill me. He says, okay, look at the foolishness of the king. He forgot that he was against this, but he wants to kill that guy. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala removed this mentality, the aqliyah, the mind from the king. He says, okay, give me. He put him and all the people, and he says, I want everybody, the city to come. Look at the boy. He's sacrificing himself for the people, because the people already know that he's curing. Is he curing because he's a magician? Is he because of Allah? The boy wants to make a point and die. I have a message to deliver, I don't care. And he's 7, 8 or 10 years old. And he hung him on the tree, and the king took the arrow, and he says, Bismillah, and the people they are hearing, the ulama, they says about 20,000 people. So he said, Bismillah, Rabbil Ghunam, and he killed him, and he touched him. Actually, the ulama, they say, just touch him from here. And the boy, he put his hand on this and died. And the people say, all of those 20,000 people, they keep saying, Amanna bi Rabbil Ghunam, Amanna, we believe in the Lord of the boy. We all become Muslims now. Then the prime ministers and all this king, around the king, they came, they said, this is what you was worried about. The boy got you. He got his message. Now you get out. So what he's going to do now? He digs the trench, Ashabul Ukhdud. The king, all the trenches, and he starts bringing those people one by one. Reject your deen. No. And all of them, subhanAllah, none of them in the hadith or anything said that not even one of them reject his faith. All of them was ready to go. The convention, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guided the people, no one can take away the guidance from you. If Allah will guide you, no one. When the iman touches the heart sometime, you cannot remove it. If the iman touch the heart, you cannot take it off. It stays there. Only one woman. You know the story, the woman, and this is the end of it. And that's in the end of the hadith. In Sahih Muslim, she was holding baby. And one of them is radiyah, which is suckling the milk. And the story is, today you can see how the people are, and the boy, when the mother looked at the fire and looked at the baby, it's like she can say, okay, I can go now and renounce my faith because of my baby. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He planned that these people have a good heart. Allah will finish. If you, وَالَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا فِينَا لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلًا, those who actually make struggle for my path, I will continue guide them. When she actually hesitated to jump on the fire, and the boy spoke, and he says, Ya Ummah, innaki ala al-haq, you are on the truth, don't worry. And she heard the baby on the cradle, a boy, radiyah, which is a suckling the milk, speaking like that, and she jumped onto the fire. And some ulama, they looked at the ayah tafsir, that that fire actually they did, it was so immense and so huge. Actually the king and his soldiers was watching and laughing, drinking and laughing, until the fire got all of them onto this. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, النَّارِ ذَاتِ الْوَقُودِ إِذْهُمْ عَلَيْهَا قُعُودٌ. He says, all of those people, Allah punished them immediately at that time. Because what they did, they got it right there. Some of the ulama, they say that fire got so huge and got out of control, and it swallows all of those people the king and everybody. So what we learn from the story is the story of steadfast on your religion. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He mentioned the story in the Quran. The Prophet ﷺ mentioned it on Sahih Muslim. And for generations to come, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala steadfast us on our deen. May Allah give us the ability to practice and to obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the way that Allah wants from us. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون سلام على المرسلين الحمد لله رب العالمين جزاكم الله خير السلام عليكم.